All right. What's up, everybody? It is grand finals time. And who the hell is going to be victorious? Is it going to be the American cheese, Mr. Taco Man himself, the creative, ridiculously aggressive psychopath special? Or will it be Mr. Macro himself? He's kind of more aggressive than the most totally Protoss players, but he is, of course, the master of defending while he picks you apart with his Dark Templar. This is MAXPAX. Both of them representing Psystorm Gaming. Energizing the game. And what? What am I looking at right now, guys? What is that? Why would you build the gate down? I'm so confused right now. What am I looking at? What is he doing? Huh? What? Special's building his barracks outside his base. MAXPAX is building it at the bottom of his ramp for some reason. I don't care what level you are. Get theory crafting internet. Is that just to get the zealot to the base 2 seconds earlier? Is that what this is? Why would you build it down there? I'm so confused. I love it. I want to see the weird. And the probe, it looks for the barracks on the low ground, doesn't see it. It's just out of vision. But he's seen the double gas opening, so he knows that Special is going to be highly aggressive. Checking for the barracks. He's like, where'd you hide it, bro? Already a zealot is on the way. Cybercore goes down. And will we see Nexus before second pylon? Looks like MAXPAX is very keen to get that Nexus going. He does see the barracks back on Special's side of the map. Nexus goes down. Second pylon should be going down immediately after that. There we go. And now back into the probing. Probe has hidden in behind the natural expansion. Factory goes down on the high ground. The Reaper is not going to go hunting for the probe. You can see it's rallied across the map. He wants to get aggressive right away. That's a bunker coming up. Zealot should be able to shut that down. He's going to wait for the SCV to float out into the open. He should target that. MAXPAX got to go after that SCV. 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hits, and the bunker will not get up. Reaper is almost here at the base. The Adept's on the way out, but it's going to take a while to get that Adept up in here. Shield battery will be up in 15 seconds. That's a while away. Meanwhile, the probe gets inside, throws a pylon down, interestingly enough. Looking to maybe throw a shield battery up in there as well. At the very least, that will spot what's going up on the high ground and maybe block some buildings go down. 3 probes in total have fallen, including the probe inside the base that went down. Not a single SCV has gone down. 1 SCV went down and the bunker got cancelled. Command center on the high ground. He throws it right in front of the pylon. 0 secrets here. Special does not care about him knowing what's up. The Adept is there, as is the Zealot. The Adept does get a hit off on it. But with a Hellion and 2 Reapers, you can definitely handle a Zealot and an Adept. You got to be careful here as MAXPAX. And this pylon, I do think, is a bit of a waste. Stargate going down behind it. About halfway done here for MAXPAX. He's still got this low ground gateway. And people are pointing out apparently Hero likes to build the gateway on the low ground. Maybe it is just to get that Zealot there a second earlier. Oh! He actually killed 2 Reapers there, guys. Oh no, Special with a bit of a mistake here. And yes, he'll kill the Zealot. But dude, oh no, this is... Oh man, he gets in a Zealot and an Adept, but he's lost two Reapers and a Hellion. Killing the Stalker though, that's where the values are. Especially, yeah, as long as he doesn't lose his Hellion. Oh, okay, that's worth. 3 gateway units are very expensive. Look at that unit's lost tab, man. So he's happy to have traded that out. There's only 1 Stalker left right now for MAXPAX. It can obviously defend 1 Hellion, 1 Reaper. But Command Center was very heavily delayed. MAXPAX maybe wants to dump a Chrono into his probes in the near future. Phoenix are coming out. The Reaper's going to see that and immediately leave. I think the Phoenix will track on 2 of these, start picking up these Hellions and Reapers on the map. And he's still got a medevac drop with Widow Mines and an Armory. But I don't think you feel too good about that once you see the Phoenix. I mean, they don't have detection and there's no Oracle, actually. So, yeah, it can work out. Gets the Reaper, picks up the Hellion. Both of those go down, not getting any kills. As long as this drop dodges the Phoenix, which I think it will. You can see there, Phoenix there, medevac there. He's going to hide it. Make sure he dodges around. There's nothing at home to defend the Stalkers, though. And, oh, Special is trying to just basically be so offensive that he doesn't have to defend. He's going to get a Widow Mine in each base. He should burrow that. Doesn't quite have the APM to micro it there. 29 seconds in between shots, remember. A Robo goes down, and both of these Widow Mines are badly placed. Oh, that gets picked up. Ooh, but if he can get it burrowed again before another Phoenix comes out. There's no Phoenix lift. Oh, a new Phoenix with a lift pops out. And that's very important there to get that out of the ground. Widow Mine does kill this Stalker. 2 more Widow Mines coming across the map, and he's not stopping, guys. This medevac is going to get home. He's going to have 2 more Widow Mines coming in. This Widow Mine, make sure it fires on a good probe. Only gets a single one. Big difference. You always want the Widow Mine in the middle, guys, so it's automatically targeting the bigger clumps of probes. Phoenix are hanging out at home. The Observer will be here soon. Still 1 more attempt for big damage from Special. Behind this, he's got a second barracks on the way. He's got 36 SCVs versus 41 probes, which is a very competitive work account when you account for mules. Phoenix are coming on in. They've got plenty of lifts. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get those down. Ah, damn it. He loses both of those. And this Widow Mine only killing a few more workers. That will get taken out. And at the end of the day, it looks like the units lost tab has evened out a little bit. Stalker's taking out the last Widow Mines there. And it's actually Special who's behind on the units lost tab. 1 Widow Mine hiding on the map. He's going to sneak an 8 Marine dropout once again. So gambly, guys. He's not even going to have stim. It's a one-way trip. He's just relying on basically catching MAXPAX off guard with the chaos. But that means he leaves nothing at home. MAXPAX picks up every Marine, and he should realize, hey, there could be something coming my way. Phoenix does get hit by a Widow Mine there. These other Phoenix thinking about going home. There is a random SCV heading across the map for God knows why. I think it's to scout if there's a third base. And you know what? If he can wait for stim, it would be big, but that's 50 seconds out. With the Phoenix nearby, he should not show his Marines, I think, but he's going to go for it. Shield battery is in the main, remember. He gets 1, 2, 3 probes. Great pull by MAXPAX. I think this is just overly aggressive, though, and I think MAXPAX is too much of a sponge. He absorbs every single punch. One of those Phoenixes almost goes down. The medevac has fallen now, though, which means the Stalkers and the Immortals can just pick these unupgraded Marines off with ease. And Special getting way too wasteful. Denying mining time seems good. You're up in workers. Awesome, you're ahead in economy. That's great. Oh, wait, you have no army. He's got Phoenix for map control. 8 of them right now. 7 of them. About to be 8. Just should have said that 5 seconds later, and I wouldn't have made a mistake. I would have been right. Oh, I'm almost a good commentator. I'm sorry, guys. Bio is building, but it does feel like MAXPAX should have enough chances to chrono boost probes, get into Colossus before any sort of push is available. So, especially with the Phoenix getting a few kills here or there, Special does not have that many opportunities to really capitalize on this worker advantage. And he's playing 5 Rex, so he's kind of going all in. I think he pushes with 3 tanks. He's trying to build another tech lab, another reactor there. And MAXPAX is like, well, I don't think you have a 3rd command center. You can't really be building one back there. There's nothing up here. Unless you start building it here or on location. MAXPAX is like, yeah, you're 2 base for life. I don't need to build any more probes in this. He can literally stop at this count, transfer a few probes from his main in about 30-40 seconds, and otherwise just build Colossus and whatnot. He's getting probes down to build pylons on the edges, probes to take the watchtowers. He's building a forge. He is still probing right now. He might even try to go 6 gas, but I think that might be a little too greedy. It will give Special an opportunity at least. Marauders, Marines, all that good stuff coming on in. Marines are coming forward. If they could catch the Phoenix, that would be the start you need. The problem with this all-in from Special, guys, is, I mean, he's got way too many SCVs, so he has to pull SCVs, but they get wrecked by Colossus. Oh, that's what he needed. He gets 2 Phoenix. The problem is that the tanks are going to get picked up by the Phoenix during the fight. The problem for MAXPAX is he is kind of low on units. He never took the gas, which is very wise. Oh, does get a Marine on the watchtower. There's only 4 gateways. He's going up to 7 right now. Special's going to go right through the middle to get a more direct push path. And MAXPAX doesn't have vision of that. Vikings there are going to go, but yeah, gets a bit of damage on these. Not bad, man. SCVs pushing through, tanks, Marauders. MAXPAX is finally going to see this push at the last second. And okay, this is a very precarious scenario for both players. Special needs to win with this push. He's going to play it very slow and just rally Marine, Marauder, Viking tank across the map. Doesn't have very many Marines that can get too close without getting lasered by the Colossus. But the Vikings are going to start to make up for that. He's got to make sure he doesn't take too many free Colossus swipes. Hopefully he can get some good tank shelling on them. Remember though, shield batteries and overcharge can heal that up a bit quicker than the medevacs. And here we go, more turrets coming forward. Oh, a bunch of SCVs do get picked off. Oh, MAXPAX thinks about going for it and loses a lot of units there. Still a couple of SCVs here. Vikings are starting to chip away. Battery overcharge has still not been used. But look at that, takes a tank shot. Tank shots are so deadly. Zealots do run in, and this is always the problem with this sort of rally. Where is his production? He doesn't have that much. He's been focusing so hard on Vikings and tanks. Oh, he goes up there. I don't think, you can't chase with your whole army. You'll get jumped on. He gets the Colossus. He's got to go back down there. But he says, hey, if you're fighting into Viking turret tank, it's fine. The Marines, oh, he lets a lot of his tanks go down. I think Special should have split his army. And Special gets a bit of a stiffy. And remember what they say, guys, you should always try to take a deep breath and not just be clicking with your dangle. Your jangle's meant to dangle. It's not meant to be what you click your army with. You're meant to use your mouse hand, your left or right index finger, depending on which hand you are, is your dominant one. And that there was, I think, a bit of a throw from Special just because his position was so good. But it was prompted by Zealots hitting him on the behind. The Zealot backstab from MAXPAX was brilliant. He had so few units to support, but he was so patient. Now, he does lose his main and 14 workers, so it's, it's not over till it's over. It's just these 3 Colossus. If they're gone, hey, you've lost all your Phoenix already. You lose your Colossus. It's just Bio versus Zealots, an Archon or 2. Yeah. I mean, Special can win that game. Special still got 44 SCVs. Right now, though, he's got to focus on efficiency more than anything. Just build tanks, build Vikings, build Marauders, add some Marines in there, but 17 Marines... actually, no, keep up a good mix of Marine production. You're going to have enough Viking tank to deal with the Colossus. You need enough Marines to kill the Zealots very quickly. But right now, dude, he needs to run. Run. You cannot get jumped on. I mean, I guess there's no shooty up units, but running north is so dangerous here. Special, get out. Oh, no. Special, you can't be wasting Bio, dude. He loses like 5 Marines. Okay, I think Special can win this game, guys. As crazy as this, I mean... It's 21 Zealots, Pig. Shut up. You're so wrong. No, there's too many Zealots. And there's 4 Colossus now. Never mind. I mean, MAXPAX goes for a push here, which I don't think is a good idea. It's entirely unnecessary. You're rebuilding your main. Take a 4th base if you really want as MAXPAX. Keep adding upgrades and just making units. Special is going to float his main down. Try to keep building the unit count and just looking for that fight. He does have 5 Vikings. Blink has not even been started. The income is not that different in this scenario. It's not like the upgrades or the tech is massively outscaling. Oh, the SCVs do get caught by the Zealot Archon. The Bio very clumped on the ramp. The Colossus are starting to fall. The Vikings are going after them. That red hit point Colossus in the back taking so long to go down though. And it looks like there's just too much Protoss. Oh man, I don't know if Special would have been able to win. Don't get me wrong. I think using the word throw is way too heavy. But I do think running his whole army in after that one Colossus was sloppy. It was just way more Bio than you ever need to use to go after one Colossus. It's way too many units to be stimming all at once, number one, and you cannot leave your tanks that undefended and allow the Zealots and Phoenix to clear them out. So a bit of a mistake for Special. I think going in was good, but half of his army could have done the same job. Half of it could have stayed there as well. So bad luck for Special. MAXPAX does end up pushing him back, kills 20 SCVs, and Special has to tap out. Alright, looked kind of rough for him, but if you keep all your Colossus alive and you kill all the tanks and Vikings, it's really good for you as a Protoss player. Feeling good about that last game. This is MAXPAX. His opponent, though, opening up with a very aggressive proxy barracks. Psystorm Gaming Special. Kills the little bot there. Does put a barracks down its gateway on the low ground for MAXPAX, which means units will pop out closer to the to rally across, but it's going to be a little bit harder to get back in to defend the main from that Reaper. That Reaper should get in there before the Adept pops out, go straight for that main base, and cause a ruckus. Special, very good with his early game aggression. I do think it was, if he got that second Widowmine burrowed in the main in that last map, it would have been a very different situation. In the very first Widowmine drop, if he got one Widowmine in each mineral line, that would have been a big interruption to MAXPAX income. Didn't quite work out that way, but it is what it is. Special, of course, has been scouted. MAXPAX is going to go Cybercore first, immediately start a Zealot into a Nexus, and then second Pylon again, I believe, right? So you should be sending a probe to the natural right now. There we go. A little late on that. That's where you bunker block the actual Nexus going down, man. Why not? Oh, he's just gonna... Yeah, why not? Oh, man. MAXPAX so late on that, only now starting his second Pilot. I mean, he has a Zealot almost finished. It's still frustrating to deal with, and the SCV even keeps itself alive. Zealot is out. Reaper will be running past up into that main base, of course. MAXPAX, I mean, it's not too big a delay. It's going to be about 35 seconds, I would say, on the Nexus in total. And cancel. Does get back 94 minerals. Well played, Special. And that means this probe is out in the open. And there we go. Nice snipe by Special. Bounces that Zealot away just to give himself more freedom in the main. Probe micro, very good. 6 of the boys do cover the one lad that got targeted, so he pulls back. Another one pulls back as well. Stalker's almost here, though. Gets a second probe. The Stalker! Miss micro by MAXPAX. Oh, it rallies to the low ground. And now the Reaper should pull back. Looks like another probe just got surrounded inside the main base. 4 probes going down in this early game. Damn, dude, MAXPAX. He's been having some sloppy early games earlier against Beyond as well. Losing so many workers in the early stages. Now the Reapers can clean up that Zealot. Barracks should be floating home right now, though. You want to get that home so you can build a reactor ASAP, man. It's a big mistake. He's going to build a 3rd Reaper? Just special things. All right, that's a dead Zealot, man. Stalker does decide to back off. Doesn't want to get caught by 2 Reapers and a Hellion out on the map on its own. Second Stalker on the way. Normally he plays Stargate, but he's going to play Robo. And this time there is indeed a factory with a reactor and a command center. This looks like it's going to be a mass Widowmine drop build. But he does open with a couple of Hellions first of all. Could be a Hellion drop to start things off. Stalkers in the wall off. Reapers say, okay, no worries, bro. Second Gateway and a Robo. None of this stuff is that amazing versus Widowmines unless Special commits to the Armory. Neither is it that good versus Hellions either, actually. So I'm really liking Special's opening position. MAXPAX, though, is showing due diligence. He's chrono boosting his Gateway units. And he should even build a 4th Gateway unit right away. You gotta have your Gateway units ready against a guy who's opened up this aggressive on one base. Fix that scoreboard there. No worries, Twitch chat. Catching that one. Often I think I set the score up and then I flip the scoreboard to correspond to the player's positions like the dummy that I am when we should be doing it the other way around. Guys, that's 4 Hellions and 3 Reapers. Dude, it's not even a drop. He's just going to dive in and kill all the probes. He could even just straight up kill the Stalkers, guys. There's only 3 Stalkers out. Oh my god, MAXPAX. Oh, he clicked on the Gateway. Special with a panicky click on the Gateway. Nice Warp Prism micro there, but he does bounce some of these Stalkers away. He clicks on the Nexus as well. Special getting way too excited in this Grand Finals. Multiple misclicks on his Hellions and Reapers, and he does get 6 probes. This is still great damage, but I don't know, man. I think it could have been so much more. The Warp Prism picking up a bunch of those probes to save them, and Special. 2 more Hellions do fly into that natural. But look at that, he's saving him. Oh, he's saving as many as he can. He's trying to unload and load him. Great micro by MAXPAX to avert complete disaster. Nonetheless, though, oh, he has an observer at home, which is very good. Cloak Banshee should only be able to get a few probes, but as I say, that actually Stalker's out of position. Hellions bypass him as well. He has almost nothing at home Special, but he's building a bunker, tanks, and Marines, which is exactly what he needs to defend, and his Hellion and Banshee is absolutely slaying it right now. Now, the Banshee is focusing on the Stalkers, which is, of course, not ideal, but as long as he's got 2 bunkers up, he's got a tank on the way, he's just got to secure the natural. If he can get this tank sieged here, that would be great. He's going to put it in a very conservative position in the back of the base. That'll do. That will cover him from any critical damage. Banshee still in the main base. Goes back in. He's going to look for a probe, but the shield battery is defending for now. Another Banshee on the natural coming on in. We've got this Banshee moving about there. He's going to try to warp in the main. Tank shot lands, and MAXPAX immediately has got to feel his heart sing and go, gosh, I'm not going to get any big critical damage here. He's standing in range. He gets a depot. That's not massive. Banshee comes in on the natural. Banshee in the back of the main goes back in. He's going to get 2 more kills, and those Banshees going to join up in the back, enough to now one-shot. This tank is, of course, a little exposed, but he's going to try and siege that there as well. Special just needs to go back to mining, keep the Banshees alive, and you are miles ahead in this game. A very clever opening, triple Reaper, then the Hellions, and he's doing a good job. I love that there's people who've been watching the entire series and they know the score and they're still like, you need to, the score. And I'm like, but like, you know what score it is? They're like, nah. I'm like, really? You can't just watch the game? How are there 400 people in chat all spamming the same thing, idiots? Anyways, that's fine. 4 SCVs go down. MAXPAX gets a little bit of value. He did kill one of the Banshees, which of course takes away the lethality. This Banshee tries to get out, and remember, Banshees can outrun observers, so. Oh, it'd be so good if he gets that probe on the way out. That'd be cool. Does see the 3rd? No, he doesn't. Doesn't see the 3rd. He's just going to fly the Banshee home and repair it. If he kept both Banshees alive, that would have been amazing. Bunker gets sold. We got a Raven out. Marines are building up into 2 barracks. 3 barracks production, sorry. There's one hidden underneath there. So 2 on Tech Labs, 1 on the reactor stim. All this stuff is building, and I would have loved to see a 3rd command center to just continue his lead. He's now dropping a 3rd, but yeah, I feel like he could have dropped that maybe 30, 40 seconds ago just to make it a little bit of a smoother transition. It's also right at the front where MAXPAX can easily spot it. That being said, he hasn't seen it yet. Special has seen the 3rd base, and I would please go repair the Banshee. Vikings out, Ravens out. Could also do a Banshee in the 3rd base, then Raven goes around the back and drops auto turrets here and here. Because there's shield batteries everywhere, it's not going to be that effective, but it could do some stuff. Raven goes out front, sees that there's Stalkers there. Stalkers, of course, see the Raven and they shuffle forward, say, please come out. We'd like to kill you. And going up to 5 barracks after that 3rd command center is Special. Feels like he's ahead, but I think his play does lack a little bit of any sharp edges. That Raven there trying to bait these Stalkers in, not quite getting it. Definitely don't want to throw that one away. Whereas it's Blink into Colossus for MAXPAX. The style he's been very good with. I really feel like the only thing you need to focus on here is Special. Just don't get too carried away with yourself. Just keep working your way up. Multi-prong, take a 4th, you know, take a Ghost Academy, take a 4th, split your army up, keep doing drops. Yeah, just drops like this are so, you know, cost efficient. They're pretty safe. He's going to try and, I think, cut the Stalkers off. So I think he's going to try and unload here. And then he'll stim out the front with some guys. The Stalkers will blink back, and then he comes in from behind. The classic catch on the Stalkers. It's a great move. Banshee's being annoying, but it's just going to die. It's not really worth it. Yeah, I do wish he repaired that. He cloaks it, though. And look at that, guys. This is what I'm talking about. He blinks back, does MAXPAX, and oh, he's going to lose 5 Stalkers. That is very expensive. So the Banshee was especially trying to distract for that to make sure that worked. Very well done by Special. Gets a pylon. The Banshee's still just hanging out. I think it's been F2'd. I think Special assumed it died at this point, but it didn't. Stalkers are coming forward, but they are going to get jumped on. There's no Zealots. There's 2 Colossus, 9 Stalkers, 2 Sentries. This Banshee's like, kill me! Don't stim too deep in there. Ooh, the Marauder's in front. The tanks are going to siege. He's just going to Interference Matrix it. He goes! Gets 1 Matrix down, but he's taking some big laser beams. His Special, he's got such an army advantage, though. And as the tanks are now in range of this area, he can just shuffle this tank forward from the back. That one tank is way too far back. Uses Vikings to help control space. And once again, he does want to keep half of his army up there. He splits his army. He doesn't make the same mistake from game 1. Goes after the shield battery. That's going to force MAXPAX to fight him. And you can see Slow Zealots doesn't even have charge. His Natural's getting annihilated. And he doesn't even have enough units to break half of the army of Special, while his Natural gets destroyed by the other half. Well bloody played, Special. Colossus comes down from the main. 2 Marauders say, hey, dickhead. But they are a bit too damaged. The Marines will pull back to the safety of those siege tanks in a little while. MAXPAX, though, getting overwhelmed by the Reaper Hellion pressure in this one. Okay. MAXPAX is like 3 Zealots, 2 Colossus, and a Warp Prism. I'm that good, baby. I can do this. This one Colossus kills like 6 Marines on the left side and makes him leave, funnily enough. Widowmine kills a Zealot. Every unit is sacred. MAXPAX trying to make some magic happen right now. The Raven says no. The tanks say no. This one tank is still sitting back there. This is literally Sergeant Chadhammer's embarrassment of a child who's just too afraid to ever actually step into battle. And look at that, guys. The Prisms, the Colossus taking big damage. The Prism can no longer pick up there due to Interference Matrix. Bio Viking coming on forward. No more battery overcharge for you. And finally, the Colossus, the unit that is so exceptionally difficult to deal with when your opponent micros as well as MAXPAX do go down, and he's forced out of that game. Special ties up the finals, 1-1. And into game 3. All right, let's go, everybody. It is tied up 1-1. In the bottom right, he finally got his aggression to work that time. It is Especial. And in the bottom left, we've got Sidestorm Gaming's MAXPAX. MAXPAX is a unique player. He's got his own flair and twists on everything, but Special is a player who I feel like just loves the variety and the chaos and to just throw the kitchen sink at his opponent. He's a very unpredictable player. The only thing predictable is that he's going to throw crazy stuff at you, so it would be nice if maybe Special did do like a 3cc, very macro-centric opening once in a while. I think that would probably round out his TVP especially. That would be a great way to keep his opponents guessing, keep them on their toes. As it is, they do tend to scout very early. Gateway and gas is there for MAXPAX. Chat was asking, why didn't Special move those tanks forward? Well, the one in the back obviously was a mistake. He just didn't realize it was siege so far back. The other ones, he just didn't want to put them so far forward that the enemy could battery overcharge and kill them while getting healed by a battery overcharge. So you don't want to, because your tanks are very immobile. If you move them too close and you engage in battery overcharge range, your army gets slopped down. Whereas the Marine Marauder, they can run in, go, oh, Colossus plus battery overcharge plus charges. They can just run backwards. So the tanks are kind of making sure they don't overextend because they don't have the ability to tactically retreat the way the Bio does. SCV chasing after the probe, going to drill his butt a little bit. We've got the gateway and the cyber core there going down. Second pylon after the second gas. So this is a bit more economic opening for MAXPAX, and it's kind of good because obviously against a Marine opening, it's going to mix things up. Special is going Reaper after Marine though. So if MAXPAX, say, builds a Stalker or an Adept, goes across the map to pressure, doesn't guard this, it means the Reaper will run in and kill a few probes. The Marine into Reaper is a very tricky opening because you're not expecting it a lot of the time. So this times out where the Reaper should be able to dart down as the Adept shades through the middle. Just a little bit after that, the Adept kind of shades out of the base and the Reaper jumps in. Super frustrating, especially because MAXPAX never chronos his second gateway unit. He always wants to use that chrono on probes instead. He just chronoed probes there. And you see the Reaper's going to run in. He cancels the shade though. Very smart play. If you're playing against Special, you got to do that. You can't take the risks. The Reaper though, good grenade to keep himself alive, does get out. And it's a Twilight Council opening this time around. I've just been notified, by the way, a bunch of our passengers on the train here to D-Town have said that apparently we've got the scoreboard flipped up. Sorry guys, let me fix that scoreboard for you guys. We're just going to fix that one really quickly. No worries guys, there we go, we got it right, I think. Not really sure if there's a way to tell. Reaper is going to throw a grenade, bounces the Adept to kill him. Oh no! Special gets clipped by the slow zone and does a bad grenade. Just needed to run away there. Didn't need to do anything else, I don't think. He is going proxy starport. Now what's interesting about this one, guys, is that's not to load anything in it. That's either just for Liberators or it's for Banshees. Instincts actually tell me it's Banshees. Super late Banshees, but oh, the Adept, he lets the Adept in. That's really bad. Because, I mean, it does kind of look like a normal 3-racks build with just no starport, but MAXPAX might realize there's something missing. And he might have even been planning to go BCs, and look at that, he immediately goes and checks for it. Oh, if he, okay, I mean, the Adept gets cleaned up. Surely he's going to check and find that, right? No way! Wait, oh, he is going to go back. He'll see it. And Cloak does start it. Yeah, it's a Cloak Banshee, man. Letting the Adept in is a disaster. Big mistake for Special. Information denial is everything with this sort of strategy. Not just that, guys. Okay, Special does see the probe. Does he realize? We're on Special's camera. Special, you got to realize. And the probe is already attacking that starport. So I think you just got to cancel it, mate. Cancel it, lift the starport, get it out of there. He's going to try and push through the middle to distract. He says, hey, if you're going to send Stalkers up there, I'll just push you at the front. But this is a big cost for him. And I think he's planning just a giant Marine tank push by the look of it. Maybe combat shields. Cancels Cloak here. He will still get one Banshee out. Starport takes a very long time to kill. And that Starport is going to get the Banshee out in the open. Marine is here. Pulls his army back. He's trying to formulate what he's going to do with it. Yeah, combat shields, bio tank push. He's going to do a big bunker tank all in. Very good on Blackburn. And this Starport should just float away and then re-land and start building medevacs or Liberators. Probably Liberators. I would think siege units are more important because you're not stimming and you don't even upgrade stim with this push. The whole point is it's all about just the tanks, the bunkers, the survivability, setting up a really nasty siege location. Stalkers do chase that off. Banshee is kind of pinning him back. Observer is going to come in though and see a very scary army move out. And oh, perfect timing on the Observer, sees the move out. MAXPAX dropping a Forge. Cancel that, buddy. Forge is the last thing you want right now. You just need units. He's got 3 gateways and a robo, but did he not notice it? Guys, he's probing right now. He does chrono an Immortal, but he's really got to realize there's a very scary army coming his way. That Cyclone already getting a Stalker kill. This is a great start. The SCVs, there's only 4 or 5 of them. So, of course, Special, building a 3rd barracks behind this. He will eventually add stim. This is a very scary stim bunker push. He's got to start building those bunkers right now. He's already shoving a bit too far forward. He's got 3 SCVs still. Bunkers do go down. Tanks starting to shell. 1 bunker falls. Good snipe by MAXPAX. And guess what, guys? There's only 2 SCVs there. This is a really scary moment. Charges on the way, but he's only got 3 gateways. Ooh, the Stalkers. One of them does go down, but they, of course, can micro against these units pretty well if it wasn't for the Cyclone. But the Cyclone backs off. 3 Stalkers. They can intercept some units coming across, but the Sight Blocker makes it really hard for them. As long as he attacks, that special does. Oh man, the Banshee came in the back as well and picked off a probe or 2. He's making this really hard for MAXPAX. The bunkers are now up. This is such a hard push to defend on this map. And as I said, MAXPAX went for things like a Forge that of course serves no function now. He needs to get those Zealots up and he needs them soon. Stim is on the way. Liberators are building from this top base. As I said, he's going to siege a Liberator behind the 3rd base. The Banshee still being a bit of a dickhead there. This is so hard for MAXPAX to deal with. This tank, as long as it A-moves, should be good, but if it dies to those Stalkers, that'll be really bad. The Cyclone does go down. Liberator behind the 3rd. It's a messy game, but Special's going to lose a tank. Oh no! This is a disaster for Special, guys. The tank does fall. Big mistake for him. He stims into the natural and kills the battery, but he's throwing his units away. Guys, he's got position. He actually doesn't need to have so much urgency in this place. Just move the tank forward a little bit maybe, but he's got a wall off, so Zealots cannot get through until they kill the bunkers. They can get on the top, and that's it. He's actually going to sell the push and pull back. Sell the bunkers? Medevac has been built there. He's going to try and build another Medevac right now. Marauder finally comes out. It's I don't know how he's let these Stalkers, guys, these Stalkers have 4 kills each. Special rallied an entire army and he didn't sell his bunkers. Oh no! He loses 1 bunker without selling it. He barely gets the sell on the other 2. Loses a depot. Oh, this was a disaster. I can't believe he's letting each of those Stalkers get 5 kills each, man. That's crazy. Special, I think, could have pushed this forward and potentially won the entire game with it if he just kept on encroaching on the territory. But he was afraid of getting surrounded there, and he's going to transition into a delayed 5 barracks push. Now, Dark Shrine coming in. MAXPAX adding +1. He's got 8 gateways. And the starport's going to fall. Oh, no. I mean, he does have a starport at home, so this is a 2nd starport at least. That's the one thing that's okay for Special. But he's only got 1 medevac healing right now, so it's going to very slowly heal his army back up to full hit points, which I guess it's almost completed. Only 1 damaged Marauder. Few Zealots ready for a run by. You know that's going to come in on this game. But there's also going to be a Prism hitting his main. Missile turrets will stop it. Its only angle is going to be here. Can't really... Maybe it can get on the very bottom and get past this turret. I'm not sure. I do like the Marine Spotter. That's going to give him warning of when those Zealots do come in. MAXPAX, he's got 3 Immortals, mostly Zealots. He's going to go Robo Bay now and head into the Colossus. Special's going for round 2 of the big old all-in. Marines will go around. He can't quite reach it, but there we go. Worth stimming to get rid of that vision. Observer goes in, and Missile Turret does do some damage. Observer goes down there as well, so 2 Observers falling. That's very nice for Special. You don't want to lose this tank, of course. Careful of the zone. He's got Medevacs, though, that can boost in and pick things up. A few Marauders do stim, and he's going to take out one of these Stalkers. MAXPAX going in right now, though. Look at that. Special, I think, realizing, okay, don't shove on the front. DTs are there. He scans the DTs. Army there's good, but on the natural, Special should pull this army back on the front. Pull this army back and just focus on cleaning everything up at home. MAXPAX just put a lot of units into that. Special, pull back on the front, bro. Oh, he's got a stim. Okay, here we go. Oh, good fight for Special, and he can just pull back. He cleans up at home. He's still got 40 SCVs. He's just cleaned up so much Zealot DT, and now he can keep marching forward. Does he have a scan? If he doesn't have a scan, he's in trouble, guys. If he doesn't have a scan, then he's in trouble. That DT's going to be a problem for him. Oh, he loses a tank. That's so unfortunate. Okay, the army coming forward for MAXPAX right now. He's only got 1 Colossus. Look at the lasers, though. He focus fires it on the Marines and gets massive splash damage. And Marines running forward to try to punish, but it was the tanks that should have been targeted on the Colossus from the start of the fight, and they weren't. There is still a big spread of bio. He finally gets the Colossus and the Immortals. Special still has a big army advantage, but there's more Colossus where that came from. SCV needs to finish that turret. He will indeed do so, which of course stops the DTs from coming in. Battery overcharge on the top does go down. I think that might be a preemptive stim. He's got to preserve his hit points. The tanks have a great position. The Zealots do come forwards, but those tanks are exposed. He's going to kill the 3rd base workers, but I think keeping the tanks up and fighting the army was more important. Special, of course, had to go for the workers to force MAXPAX to fight him, though. But he does kill 21 workers. He pulls back from there. Remember, this was a giant SCV pull, and a Colossus still stands strong at the end of it. He's rebuilding for 1 more round. 2 tanks are out. He's building a Viking. He's probably going to build 1 more Viking. He's still got 5 medevacs for the heals. So it's going to be a 2 siege tank and a 2 Viking push, I believe. Maybe 1 Viking push. It's enough to deal with Colossus, especially if there's no battery rebuilt in front of this base. MAXPAX really needs to get a battery out there. So I actually don't mind this at all in terms of, like, there is definitely a chance for Special, but income is very bad. He's got to get a move on. He has to go right now, and the DTs are once again going to cause him troubles. He cannot be dropping mules, and he's done a good, disciplined job of holding off on that. Special wants to keep on just pedal to the metal aggression, gets that DT, very nicely done. And oh no, the medevacs! He loses one. That's not too bad. That could have been a lot worse. There's a pylon here, which surprisingly he does let survive. He gets rid of the observer, pull back. Tanks need to siege. Ooh, good movement by MAXPAX. Scares him into sieging up. Pulls back. You don't want to fight in range of siege tanks. He sends zealots to cut off the rally. DT is going to try and bait out another scan. Instant scan. Good reaction by Special. Does he have any SCVs in here? It looks like he doesn't. Marauders and a Viking up front. That shield battery finished for MAXPAX. He bought himself time for that. Zealots are getting ready to flank. They're going to deal with the siege tank on the rally. The tank tries to run away. More bio will come out and help with this, but those zealots are now going to become a flank on these siege tanks. Special's going to try and ram his way in one more time. That does mean abandoning the tanks in the force field. He saves some of the units and pulls them up away, but these Colossus are going to get way too much done there. Obviously, he had to finish MAXPAX off, but MAXPAX, the master of zoning and forcing Special to commit into bad angles. Beautiful, beautiful play. Well done. All right. Let's go, guys. Up here in the top right side, he is looking to be an immovable object against the Terran aggression. Psystorm Gaming's MAXPAX. Special in the bottom left, representing Psystorm Gaming as well. And I do think, you know, game one, I thought he missed an opportunity, but that last game, missed a big opportunity. But when you're microing a Banshee and a Liberator in the back of their base, and you're managing a bunker push, it's very easy to lose track of your rally. And that little Stalker run by, the little Zealot run bys, great moves by MAXPAX to buy himself some time. Love those force fields on the ramp as well at the end there to trap Special's units from darting into the main base. Special knew he had to get a move on. I would have liked to see Special, I don't know, elevate, like siege the low ground and then elevate his army into the main or something. Get on the infrastructure maybe. It was always going to be really tough though. MAXPAX this time around is going to go Gateway Cybercore. Sees the barracks at home. So a pretty standard opening for Special, going Marine first. He brings 2 SCVs. One to help his SCV fight, one to go scout. And of course can build a command center. Trying to get as much damage on this before he hits 400 minerals as possible. But perfect timing by MAXPAX. And Special just is like, yeah, I'm not even going to let you block it. I'll just get it down right on time. Yes, I'll have to lift it, but that's fine. As long as it's not delayed. Zealot is on the way for MAXPAX. He's been loving his Zealot pressures. I love Zealot pressures, guys. My PvT has been really sloppy and kind of scrappy lately. But I found opening Zealot pressure into Blink, into like, you know, these abusive Blinkstalker Zealot styles are just so bloody satisfying. There's something about just sending a Zealot across the map that really keeps your opponent on the defensive. It is Marine into Reaper, into Factory. So the Factory not too early, but solid opening for Special for sure. And it looks like with the Twilight, the Warp Gate going, we will see a Twilight go down probably here. I don't think you want to wall off with it. Oh, he wants to wall off with it. Man, that's a lot of tech to have exposed on the ledge, but MAXPAX apparently okay with that. Ooh. Reaper wants to get the kill, but the Adept is here. Zealot doesn't quite get that hit that it wants so badly. Reaper is going to lead him off in the direction over there. Bunker is finished. Second gas goes down now as well. And it looks like Factory on the reactor. He loves these Widow Mines and Hellions in these openings. Hasn't seen any Hellion drops. We really haven't seen any of that. So that would be very nice to go. Oh, raise. But you see the Factory on the reactor. You immediately run home as MAXPAX here. If you want, you can leave the Adept, but the Zealot should immediately go home. Hello? That's a free kill if you leave that there for the Hellions, bro. You're not actually going to try and fight, are you? Okay, MAXPAX is being a little bit silly at this point. Finally, the Zealot goes home. Just leaving it to the very last second. Pro gamers and their intense knowledge of timings, man. Apparently thinks that's alright. He might try to leave the Zealot in the middle to ambush. Get a few hits off on these units by surprise. Second gate, Robo, extra Adept is at home as well. But he's going back now. 2 Reapers and a Hellion coming across. Behind that, Widow Mine drop is being prepared by Special. One of his mainstays. Widow Mine drop into Widow Mine drop into Widow Mine drop. He does love doing it. Okay, Reaper Hellion's going to dive. Bouncy bounce, bouncy bounce. Nice bouncy bounce. Does get the Adept out of the way, out of the wall in. The Hellions are going to dive into the main. There is one Stalker up here. The Hellions are already heavily damaged. But they get 1 probe. Can they get some more? Nice shade from the Adepts, of course. And make that 2 probes. Good pullback by MAXPAX. He's only going to lose 2 probes. I mean, the build gets scouted at least. You know you're up against just a standard Blink Robo 3-gate. But definitely not the damage Special would have liked. Widowmine drops coming in. Looks like the Adepts are actually going to move into the middle of the map. Wow, that's ambitious. Probe going out to the far right side. He does have 4 units, 3 Stalkers and a Zealot. This is not an armory drop this time. 2nd and 3rd barracks are on the way at 4 minutes 30. Kind of late, but makes sense when you've committed to this much tech and aggression early. 3 Widowmines go boom boom. They get a Zealot, a Probe, and the 1 covers the other 2 as they get lifted to safety. Medevac is so damaged though. And looks like 3 probes in total, so no massive damage, nothing like that. Widowmine drop very wisely goes home to repair. I think that's a good call. Ooh, look at this. Okay, he's trying to get away from the Adept, but he's got to finish recharging before he can fire again. Looks like he got one of the Adepts with that Widowmine. So it's an even trade, though the Widowmine is definitely more useful throughout the game. Okay, again. No, Special. Oh, he saves the Medevac. That's something. Yeah, he saves the Medevac. At least he keeps that unit alive. Tank is out in the main base. I think he should absolutely just siege that here, probably. Try and cover the ledge. See what happens. He's sieging in a very conservative spot. Stalkers are coming in, trying to get after the SCVs. I think they got one of them. A few more Stalkers warping in right now. DT Shrine and Robo Bay. Very quick DT Shrine. Interesting. But there is a Raven out already, which he now finds out about. His Observer says, okay. Yeah, let's make sure I can't get hit by Marines from here or here. That Observer's still kind of close. He's going to blink on up. Has the Warp Prism, of course, as the safety to get back out of there if need be. Tank in the back, getting a volley off. Does make it very hard. If MAXPAX stands his ground, Auto Turret will go down as well. He blinks on the Raven and gets it. He says, hey, I'm setting up for DTs, mate. I'll kill that Raven any day. But he pays a hefty price, doesn't he? 2 Stalkers, 2 Adepts do go down. It's not cheap. Nice scan. Gets the Observer. Well done. Doesn't know about that DT Shrine, though. DT drop's going to hit the main. He's just used his scan. He does have an Engineering Bay, but not a single turret. His next scan comes online in about 6 seconds, so 47 energy now. 48, 49, and 50. Seeing the DTs in the main and the natural Special may just tap out because he's going to kill 2 DTs in the main. No, he isn't. They both get saved by the Warp Prism, and there's no answer to the DT in the natural. It actually goes straight for the turret as well. Oh no, he's got to try and build extra turrets. The Prism redrops the DTs in the main. That turret will go down as well. Marauders are getting taken out, and this is an absolute disaster. This looks like it's game over. The DTs plus the Raven snipe, a little bit of a YOLO. Special's going to try and counterattack with 8 Marines and a Medevac going in towards the main base. Stalkers do come in and attack the bunker. Nice mass repair. Dude, his crisis management is off the chain. He scans again. That DT does get saved. The command center is there. Marines are in the main base though, guys. Special might just be able to make some magic happen right here. He's obviously not got any scans left. He's taking so much damage, but he kills the whole mineral line. MAXPAX didn't notice until now that he doesn't even run that far away. Oh my god. There's not that many units at home. The Colossus is walking in the wrong direction. The Stalkers will beat the Marines. If they are microed really well, and they are, 4 Marines will get out of there, but he kills 18 workers. You know what, guys? The worker count's dead even. Somehow Special is still mining decently. Yes, he gets rid of his command center, but he kills that Dark Templar. He's got a turret up in both bases. Special with some incredible crisis management. He's going to set his workers back up in the main base. He's got 3 barracks pumping, of course, though. He does not have a 3rd Nexus, and that's where MAXPAX can get ahead on the workers. Good night to Inflatable Wolf. Hope you do well in school today. Tomorrow, mate. Can't stay up too late watching awesome StarCraft games, as much fun as it is. Pylon does go down. Bio moving out the left side with 2 Medevacs. We've got more tanks. 3 tanks in the way. More Medevacs building. 4 Marines there. If he goes down the far right flank, he could drop in the back, but of course 5 Stalkers are waiting for him. I do like that he's cleared up the map vision. He's kept MAXPAX second guessing. Special leave. Ooh, avoids it. If he can keep clearing up the vision, it'll be massive. Right now, Zealot run by coming in, and that could actually bomb the mineral line. The tanks could kill a lot of their own SCVs, but drops behind the mineral line. Tanks do unsiege. Earlier today, we had someone unsiege the tank to stop the friendly fire and then still end up friendly firing themselves right after that. The Marines will get for the Prism. I don't think they can get it, though. They got kind of blocked by the buildings, unless he uses these ones to get it. Very well done. Maxi Taxi. Goes down. There is a Zealot still out there blocking that third base from being built. And here comes Special's big old 2-base push. No 4th and 5th barracks this time. So I do think it makes sense to go 3rd command center behind this just so you do have a transition point. But as it is, Combat Shield Stim +1 is done. You've got 3 medevacs, so not that much healing. You cannot be wasting Stim. He just stimmed a bunch of bio against a single Zealot, guys. That is a disaster. He's got very little healing. He can't do that. He's got to build the Viking tank count to deal with the Colossus. And he's got 5 tanks? 4 tanks here, 1 tank rallying out. My God, 4 tanks is almost enough to one-shot a Colossus, guys. 4 times 70 damage when they're sieged is going to do 280 damage, which almost one-shots a Colossus. 1 tank in the back is very exposed. If he can protect it, though, does get a few good shots off with the Vikings. Good spready on the Marauders, but the other tanks are starting to take out the Twilight Council there. You can get these buildings. As I said, the Twilight Council very exposed. Charge was already made, though, so he didn't get rid of a crucial upgrade. If he got rid of Charge, that could be game-ending, but Zealot Charge, so good for getting on top of the tanks. And it's MAXPAX, he's going to send Zealots out the left to intercept the rally and then flank from here. That's 100% what he's going to have to do when he finally goes to break it. He's trying to rebuild his Twilight Council right now, but he's already got Charge. He's got 8 gateways as well, lots of Zealots building bunkers, turrets. The Vikings go forward. They can't go out of tank range, though. You can see the tanks can only reach to there, so you can't go into Stalk range. You could try to poke there and get a volley off. Notice the tanks shoving forward. The Vikings are going to try to hit the Colossus, but they don't want to take free hits from those Stalkers. Whoever gets free hits off can often win. Stalkers might be able to blink in from behind, but they'll get trapped behind the minerals if they do that. This is an awesome setup for Special right now. A very scary push. The Zealots are now there to intercept the rally, guys. We talked about how that was going to happen before. Disruptor gets an SCV, damages a bunker. That's about it. Special is going to have to regroup his rally. And he picks up and double drops actually inside the natural. Those Stalkers take a tank shot, and if he can get rid of the Robo, just target the Robo itself would be huge. He actually is going to get the Disruptor up there. Ooh, and those Stalkers getting gunned down. Dude, I think Special might just be in oh man, he just keeps rallying. Change your rally point, Special. He should have changed his rally point back to here a while ago. Finally, he's done that. There's a lot of Zealots that have picked up a lot of his rally, though, but this is getting insane value. Look at that. Oh, he is large and in charge. He is smashing through this force. Big Zealot flank coming in, though. Special does not have a lot of bio there, and these bunkers at the front are not even loaded, so they're not even going to take aggro right now. But the tank Viking obliterates the Colossus. It's surprising to see all of his bunkers empty right now. He should definitely be loading those up. He does load into a healthier bunker. The Vikings are still there. He's still got units in the main. The battery overcharge and a single Zealot do very well against that. The Vikings do end up defending. I think this looks like a good position for Special. He can repair up these bunkers. There's still Zealots standing right there. Stay at the bunkers, stay at the bunkers, stay at the bunkers. Do not abandon your position. Do not abandon your position, Special. The bunkers are where it's at. You've got to hold that position and wait for reinforcements. Okay, he gets inside the bunkers now. I think he should have stayed there from the start. He's got to target the sentry. Okay, I think with Vikings landed, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. Okay, 2 bunkers are there. He's not really repairing right now, but it is what it is. He's into the probe line on the natural. Remember that the Robo went down. So all it is 8-gate Zealot Stalker right now. His medevacs are completely out of juice, which is a big problem for him. But he's got a tank sieging up. The Zealots trying to warp in and hold the line. The bio is so bruised that, in fact, every stim is just irrecoverable right now. And he's building Liberators. He should definitely be building medevacs, I think. But MAXPAX, I'm not going to count him out until he's completely dead. DTs actually could have been big because there's a missile turret there. That's why he hasn't been going for them. A great choice to pick up and leave. Kills the base, says save the units, regen, let the medevacs heal, come back in a minute's time. He doesn't have any tech up. His Robo's just rebuilding. Templar Archives is just building. Oh, he can make Archons. Oh, he's making sentries and Archons. The gas bank is always the scary thing. When you think you've beaten a Protoss player, it's always the gas bank that comes to bite you in the butt. Because their mineral income might suck for a while, and you're like back and forth and you're fighting, but then they warp in 4 Archons, and suddenly their army has some very good tanks in there. Well worth a scan to catch a Dark Templar. You can see he's got 200 energy on this one as well. So he's just going to keep saving those scans for the DTs. Now, I wouldn't send the Libs in on their own. I think that's a really silly move. I think he should wait for his army to shove probably the front and then go in with those Liberators at the same time. So yeah, Special shares my thoughts on that. Don't do anything in isolation, mate. Always pair up your moves, and that's going to make it really hard. MAXPAX is getting those 3 Archons out, but no Colossus, and the Colossus are the best unit, aren't they? Does stim forward to get rid of this bio. Remember, he can't really afford to be stimming preemptively too much, but he sent the Liberators in now, guys. Liberators go in both on the third base. Have fun blinking into that, mate. Well, there is an angle on the left side, actually. They aren't perfectly sieged. Does try to load in the main base at the same time. This is a very dangerous move. Very dangerous move. He loses a medevac there. Get out, get out, get out. Yep, he's gone a bit too deep there. The Liberators do take out a few Stalkers. I don't know if that was the crazy goodest trade. That me speak English goodie. He did take out a few Stalkers, a few probes, waste a bit of MAXPAX mining time. MAXPAX Natural has rebuilt. Special, rallying. He's now got his tanks here as well. I would have loved to see him bring those tanks earlier with this push, but I like that he's not overcommitting too hard. Losing one medevac in the main was not the end of the world. He's going to break these rocks, shove on forwards, and all the tech is there. Tanks here, bio here, and here, and here. Spread them around. You're going to have a good day. See some Zealots on the left side coming on. The Marauders should be able to get one of those, or at least do a lot of damage to it, especially if he micros against it, but looks like he's focusing more on the front right now. The tanks! Oh, 5 siege tanks! I don't care how much battery overcharge you have, you can't heal through that, buddy. He's got nothing guarding the tanks from a Zealot flank, but it's only a Stalker flank right now, and as you see, Stalker flank don't mean shit, dog. That goes down. Special is gonna bring us to a game 5. Oh yeah! Specials pushes are a thing of legend, man. Bunkers, tanks, and terrible positions for the Protoss players to deal with. MAXPAX is going to have a newfound respect for these 2 base all-ins after this series, I think. The bio there, he's got to be careful with stimming that. Gets a sentry, not bad. Still got these tanks covering. Don't want to get hit by friendly fire, though. Careful of the force fields. The Zealot Archon comes in. Some of the Zealots do flank around the left side, but you can see they're not actually going to be able to kill many of these tanks. One tank dies to friendly fire. The bio gets there, the Archons get stuck on the corner, and Special taking us to a game 5. All right, guys, let's go in the bottom left side. This is Psystorm Gaming Special. And in the top right, MAXPAX. Still going for those low ground gateways. I wonder if he's going to adjust his style against these pushes that keep coming. I do think Stargate's a nice way to play against Special generally. Phoenix play can be really good for controlling his aggression, but because he opens up with this 1-base stuff, it can be a little hard, and I almost feel like this period point, game 5, is where Special should do like a full 1-base all-in, you know? It's just not the best map for it, 2K atmospheres. If you did it, you'd want to do it on the left side, I think, and like siege along this angle. And once you get siege in range of the ramp, it's hard for them to get out and flank you, but MAXPAX once again scouts a double gas opening. And he's, of course, going to be going Scheibecore. Barracks is out to that right side. I like it when the barracks is there. Everyone's been building it here and floating it back, but he's like, no, I can always float it back here and just build a reactor there. It's still very close to your base without just giving the information away. Zealot is on the way, guys. He's going to go for that Zealot again. Zealot, Nexus, Pylon, all on 20 probes. He likes to do that. 20 core, 20 Zealot, 20 Nexus, and then a 22 Pylon, of course, because the Zealot took up 2 supply. Add some more probes, a second gas, and goes from there. Now, the Reaper does get that probe. It does find out that the barracks is at home, but he still can do a 2 Reaper Hellion pressure, which is what it's looking like. Reaper sees that Adept about to pop out, and he's like, nope! Might try to bounce it away. He was doing that earlier to Hero and kicking some ass. And that Adept there, pulling on back. Hellion is there as well. We've got the SCV, Starport going down. Adept's going to try and pressure, but I mean, this is kind of dangerous against 2 Reapers. Reapers can always pick that off. Doesn't quite see the Reapers. You see they're hiding off to the side. I mean, if it completes the shade, they would kill it. 2 Reapers and the Hellion are going to chase it off now. There is a Zealot and Adept, and this time around, like I said, I think Phoenix play is fantastic here. Command center is almost finished. I don't think he runs in here. Yeah, I think seeing 2 Adepts there, you've just got to say, no. We're not going to get much damage done. He's got another Reaper and another Hellion coming in, but he already took a volley on the Reaper. Ah, that's painful, man. That damage does add up. And with Phoenix coming out, they will pick up these as well. He's got a Stalker. This is actually really... I don't think he gets anything done. He's got to just fight. Yeah, fight the Adepts. You definitely can't run by. So he's going to try and kill one Adept. He's going to try to run in, but he's not going to get anything, man. Not even a single probe, I don't think. There's just no way. Shield batteries in the main. This is going MAXPAX way. As I said, Special is so predictably aggressive. Just chronoing gateway units. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and going Phoenix is such a good way to play. And the Zealot playing ring around the command center there with those SCVs. This Hellion is somehow still alive. So hats off to Special for some awesome micro. He's going to try and get a probe or two. MAXPAX probe micro has been pretty good. He will lose one probe finally. But dude, he's wasted so much of Special's mining time. Cyclone comes out. And I mean, the Phoenix aren't going to be able to kill it. So there's more SCVs than you need to pull. 2 Phoenix cannot kill a Cyclone with 1 lift. But I guess he's worried about a 3rd one coming in. So he's just trying to play it very cautiously there. Cyclone's going to lock onto the Zealot. 3rd Phoenix will come in now. But he's back to mining. Special definitely in the inferior position. He's got 1 Cloakless Banshee going out the left side of the map. He's going to try and just come in, kill a few workers, see what he can get done. Behind that, a Viking building. And I think he has to play 3CC to late game. I don't think he has another option in this scenario. Oh man, does have a 2nd Cyclone coming out. Gets a lock on, gets a few ticks off on that Stalker. He's got to be real careful against this Phoenix rally. Banshee does fly in, gets spotted. Immediately the Phoenix turn around. The probe's trying to leave. He's trying to chrono the Observer. He assumes it has Cloak, of course. But you know what? 3 probes or even just 2 and making that much mining time go down? Not bad. I think that's worth it. 3 probes, the mining time, forcing the Phoenix back. Gets a 3rd command center down. Special, that's it. That's the way you got to do it from here. You got to play 3CC. Does go double gas into a single engineering bay. Part of me still feels like Special might want to play mech from here. But without his battle cruiser opening, I don't think it's a good idea. I think he should definitely be thinking about dropping some extra barracks. And I think the Raven is an objectively terrible choice. I'm going to be super critical of that. You know, me and Special were arguing about it the other week. He said sometimes it's really good. Man, you don't even have a 2nd barracks down. All it's going to do is kill observers. But you know what? It's more likely to just die to the Phoenix before you even get a chance to do that very much. Does get some lock-ons there. Of course, lock-on only has a few seconds cooldown, guys. 4 seconds from when that lock-on finishes, whether it's broken early or not, until you can do it again. Observer is chilling here. Okay, the Raven gets 1 observer. Does its job to some extent. Now, MAXPAX might think this is mech. As I said, if Special goes mech from here, he's actually crazy. Oh, God, he's crazy! I told you guys he's crazy! Yep, and immediately spotted by MAXPAX, who sees the factory building next to the reactor. At least he gets a Phoenix kill, but MAXPAX knows what he's up against. He's building more Phoenix. He's already got an Immortal going Robo Bay. Colossus not very important. I think you just stick to Immortal Disruptor, but some people like to get 1 Colossus just to try to deal with like Hellions and have like a long-range consistent damage unit. Okay, 3rd base, double gas goes down immediately. MAXPAX wants to play high tech. I wonder if he tries to play Sky Toss. Does he go Blink Disruptor into Sky Toss, or does he just go a few Disruptors because he's got the tech? And actually, 2nd Robo, he might play Immortal Charge. Immortal Charge is really good. You can play Stalker Disruptor off double Robo. It's unnecessary, but definitely can happen. Double Armory on the way. Special's going to show us a mech game. And as much as I'm cheering for Special to win because he's the underdog and he plays such fun styles, I also am just like, oh, whatever, man. This is going to be awesome to watch. He says, look, I don't need the barracks to build anything. Let's just use it to wall off my tanks a little bit, protect them. A little bit of protection. And got Phoenix just still controlling the map. And he's going to go, okay, so it's double Robo Disruptor Tempest, isn't it? Tempest Carrier. Oh my God. That's a friggin' dirty, cool style. He's just going to go straight to the late game, and Special's going to be like trying to figure out what's even going on because he's just not going to have that information. MAXPAX is like, yeah, man, you can't push into me. I've got some disruptors. They'll zone out your push for ages. I can just take a 4th base and do my thing. Marine does deny the 4th base. That's kind of cool. And he's going to get at least 1 probe. Make it 2. Not bad. That's Big Gabe right there. Big Gabe in a Space Marine suit. Let's take that one down. Vikings and tanks are still pumping. So it's still 3 factories, Hellions, tanks. He's got this big... oh, this decent little ball of 9 Marines and Cyclones from earlier. Widowmines coming in, and a 4th command center goes down. Special preparing for the late game as the first carrier does start up. +1 air weapons on the way. Technically, people always say, how do I beat mech as Protoss? How do I beat mech? And everyone always says, oh, Sky Toss, Sky Toss. You meant to go Sky Toss. It is very good, but it's also very technical. I think it's much easier to beat it by just taking 5 bases, 85 probes, and building zealots and whatnot. Oh, he defends the alien run by with a disruptor shot. That's cool. Very nicely done. Shut that one down. Phoenix is going to come in the front, Psycho, and say, leave! Get a little bit of damage, but not too much. If you can get some Widow Mine spread, they're very good. He's going to try and burrow one maybe on the Watchtower or just further up. Adepts on the Watchtowers as well as Stalkers, though. Twilight Council will go down. Getting Storm out is massive for dealing with Vikings. So we might see Storm. Could just be a bit of Charge Zealots mixed in on the ground just to mix things up a little bit. Army's starting to move forward for Special. Oh man, I feel like he's got to scan the composition. I don't think he knows what MAXPAX is doing in this game. I think he's got to scan, try to see this army or run some Hellions in and see it. SCV's going out to the Watchtower, but the map control is really good for MAXPAX. He sees everything in this game. This SCV will see no expansion there, but Special scanning, he sees that it's carriers. He's going to go for it anyway. He's got enough tanks to easily clap the Disruptors. Tries to lock onto the Immortal, not really going to get anything. He's got a decent little Viking count, and he's got 2 Interference Matrices for the carriers. So he's actually just going to try and do this with Interference Matrix. He says, hey, if you fight me, I'll lock down the carriers, which I assume means their Interceptors stop fighting, right? I don't actually know. Maybe someone in chat can fact check that one for me. Tanks are going to take a ball to the face, but no, Interference Matrix protects them. And those tanks very quick to answer. Turret's starting to build on the front as well. He's rallying Vikings. 2-1 upgrades are here. I think it's Thor time. I do think it's Thor time. Yeah, 2 Thors start up. Perfect. Perfect tech choices from Special. And if he can deny the 4th, that will be massive. He's going to split Hellions to the left side. Now, of course, MAXPAX realizes this base might go down. He's already expanding over to the left. The carriers are there. If these tanks can get in range of this Nexus, that would be really big. He's going to try and move the tanks forward, move some turrets forward as well. Hellions will dive in. Cannons are not really covering that right side of the mineral line, so at the very least, he's got to run the probes away. Oh! MAXPAX with a huge misclick. He stacks his probes on the gas, but Special not microing it. Oh no! He missed a big opportunity there. Does get 7 probes, so it's not terrible. Oh, Tempest in the open. It's not just Special making mistakes. It's MAXPAX making mistakes here, there, and everywhere. 3 Thors are building right now, guys. He's up to 5 factories, so he's added more production. He's got a 4th base. Orbital, not even a planetary. He just wants to have sick income, and he's making a 5th command center as well. Wow, Special power overwhelming right now. Hellions, he's like, well, Hellions aren't great versus Stalkers, but you know what they are good versus? Stalker. If you've got Hellions, they beat Stalker. Phoenix, though, of course, pretty good against Hellions as well. Observer is there. Raven says, no, this Raven's actually been super worth it. I'm an absolute dumbass, guys. Never listen to anything I say. The Raven's been super value. But, oh no, he gets caught out in the open. Auto turrets have to go down. The Vikings are all dead. I don't know what he was doing with these Vikings. I think he was just looking for the Phoenix. But a massive misplay from Special. He's going to lose all of his Vikings here for a couple of these guys. The Thors need to get over there to help, man. He's going to try and get back to the turrets. Takes out a few of these Phoenix, but not a good trade. You wanted to keep those Vikings alive for sure. Here comes a giant push from MAXPAX. These carriers swapping, Thor's swapping a high impact payload. They beat this army, I think. Well, it's only like 3 though. He's going to take out at least a few of these carriers. You see how powerful Thors are at beating carriers. But, oh, he's got to make sure he keeps focus firing. Takes out a carrier, but it's just so outnumbered. The Tempest in there as well. Special's going to try and base trade this, but I think this came as a big surprise. He should have probably pulled back his units, gathered them together. Losing the Vikings has given MAXPAX a big opportunity to dive in on top of him. And this game, shit is hitting the fan. All the economy is going to get snipped off. He's only going to be able to keep his natural alive, if even that. Units are going over there. There's no anti-air with that army, though. So I think his push eventually just gets held by even 1 or 2 carriers. And because MAXPAX is on the production, he's going to take him out. Oh, this is so unfortunate for Special. I really thought he was going to get out Thors and just be in such a good position. This was a great push. But a big old base trade move off MAXPAX after catching those Vikings. A great counterattack, and Special in a fantastic position, but it's so fragile. Mech is so immobile. It's not bio. And if you get caught out of position, everything goes wrong so darned fast. Let's do a quick rewind, guys. Hats off to MAXPAX for taking it apart. He even goes for Anion Pulse Crystals. That is, of course, the Phoenix range upgrade. Loses his 4th, tries to re-expand to the left. He sees the Phoenix and immediately sends his Vikings over to deal with it. What he doesn't realize is those Phoenix are just the front of the army. And he's like, cool, let's pick off the Phoenix. But the moment the carriers launch Interceptors and the Tempest start firing, he's already lost this fight. I mean, if he got just Phoenix versus Vikings, it would have been 12 Vikings versus 7 Phoenix. Great fight. Pick off 2 or 3, pull back. But then he loses these Vikings, and he's just started his Thor transition. He's only building 1 right now as well. So much supply is in, like, tanks and SCVs. And yeah, he's not even thinking about a base trade. He's massing command centers and building extra factories so he can make more Thors and making mag field and extra utility upgrades and extra starports. And dude, to die to just what, 4 carriers, 4 tempests, a couple disruptors, a couple phoenix. That's a very, very surprising way to lose the game. But you know what? So much of his army was in Tank Hellion. He just didn't have any supply free to get these units out. You can see he's got Tech Lab Factory. He's still building tanks at this point, or one of them anyway. He had 2 reactors on his factory, so he could only build 3 Thors and 2 Vikings at a time. Doesn't have the ability to reproduce and needed to pull back, build a bunch of turrets. If he pulled these Thors and Vikings back, waited for a few more, I think he could have held on here. But going forward to fight was a big mistake. And he also needed to swap into Widow Mines. If he swapped into Widow Mines out of both reacted factories, they could have killed a lot of the interceptors, and then he could have got out to like 5-6 Thors, at which point he can smash these carriers, especially if there's a few Widow Mines. Very well played by MAXPAX to resurrect himself here. GG, well played.